48% out of 100% of people believe in life after death. Almost 50% of people believe that you go to a place called heaven after you die. The concept of there's a heaven you go to when you die is really something a person would love to believe was true. You will be with God and angels, not have a care in the world. In that heaven, you will live forever. You will have eternal happiness. You won't get sick. Everyone will love each other. There will be no more hate. You will even be with all of your family members again who made it to heaven. Having the satisfaction that someone you know or loved very dearly died of a painful death, and you feel much better now believing they're in no more pain, and they're now in a much better place. Man can create a heaven for himself, a physical heaven, not an imaginary heaven, but it has to be natural, not artificial. It cannot be fantasy, it has to be reality. No one lives forever. Nature is infinite, but life has its limitations. This is a fact. Fact can be proven. Believing in the unknown is only fictional and cannot be proven. It cannot be supported by fact, simply mere belief. If I were you, I would listen to Brother Youssef. He knows what he's talking about. Man has five senses: taste, touch, sight, sound, and smell. A man can't see without physical eyes, and man cannot hear without physical ears. Man is composed of three parts: mental, physical, and spiritual. Neither one can exist without the other. The spirit needs a place to dwell. A spirit is made of energy and electricity. The spirit dwells inside the physical body. Thoughts are housed inside the brain, which is a physical muscle. Atoms are made of extremely tiny particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. Protons and neutrons are in the center of the atom, making up the nucleus. Electrons surround the nucleus. Protons have a positive charge. Man has a connection with the earth. Man needs the earth. Everything that makes up man's physical composition is from the earth. The earth is 3/4 water and 1/4 land. Man has a physical composition of 3/4 water and 1/4 solid. The original man who is dust. Asiatic black man has 7.5 ounces of brain. The original man has 14 billion brain cells. Thought travels at the rate of 24 billion miles per second. Negativity must be removed. There can be no more war. There must be peace. Man must exercise justice, freedom, and equality, which is Islam. Then and only then can we have heaven. Want for your brother what you want for yourself. No lying, cheating, stealing, murdering, adultery. Take care of the earth. Keep its oceans clean, no oil waste or plastic garbage. Don't chop down millions of trees a day only for financial profit. Trees help clean the air. Don't poison nature. No toxic pesticides on food, fruits, and vegetables. Don't hunt animals on land or in the air. No major fishing competitions for who can catch the largest fish. Angels aren't special people with wings on their back. If angels are spirits, why do they need wings to fly? If angels are spirits, how do we know how they look? Once we die, we are dead. There's no such thing as life after death. Where do other forms of life go after they die? A good question. People don't like the fact that when life ends, it ends. Man is made of electricity and energy, just like when a battery runs out of energy, the battery dies. After man's electricity weakens, he begins to lose energy. His physical body begins to decay over time. A man's body was designed to last for hundreds of years if kept up. But then he died. Man's physical body was not meant to last forever. The same God who brought himself into existence from a desire to be isn't still alive today. That one came from out of nothing into something, in a state of triple darkness. It happened so many trillions of years ago that it cannot be traced. There was also no one there to record this time in history, therefore we have no record. The black man is the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He is the first and he will be the last. But there will be no end to his life, because if his life ended, there would be no more life itself. It just adds up. It's called mathematics. Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. Do you know where you was at before you were born? You are alive as a sperm cell living with 40 to 250 million of other cells in only the size equivalent to a drop of water. You had energy, and you were only a cell. There's no such thing as life after death. A pie in the sky concept was taught to a people when they were slaves to a slave master. The slave master enjoyed his heaven on earth while he was alive. He was in good health. He had a wife, children, good friends, and he was also a very rich man. He owned a luxurious home, expensive cars, and he even owned his own land. His slave was poor and always hungry. He told his slave, "Don't worry about you not enjoying your heaven like me. You will receive yours after you die. I am asking you to give me the opportunity to prove to you that heaven is here on earth. Heaven is a state of condition, and anyone can experience heaven or hell here on earth. Heaven is not in the sky. Hell is not in the middle of the earth with a little red man with horns coming out of his head with a tail and holding a pitchfork. They're a state of condition. There are people around the world who experience hell every day. We can sometimes look up and view beautiful bright blue skies, thick fluffy clouds that look like cotton. They can look three-dimensional and are 100% picture perfect. Photographers sometimes risk their lives trying to capture these beautiful images for personal enjoyment. Photographers also make money selling pictures of these beautiful sights. We see beautiful sunrises that we never forget. We see sunsets that help ensure a good night's sleep. Some sunsets can put people in a romantic mood. When sun rises, it helps wake some people up like a rooster's crow on a farm every morning during the rising of the sun. A wolf howls at a full moon. The sun and the moon are both in the sky. The sun is 8 times larger than the earth. Everything that lives on the planet Earth needs the sun in order to survive. That's a pretty, powerful object. That's a magnificent object. That's a heavenly object. We are able to view beautiful rainbows in the sky, not one, not two, but sometimes three at a time. As a matter of fact, a rainbow is a complete circle and only appears as arc, depending on the position and location you are at when you view one. Stars are so beautiful to view, especially when you are close. They look like you can reach out and touch one. They are bright diamonds in the sky. They stay in a certain formation as the Earth rotates. The Earth will eventually pass formatted star patterns at night. For example, the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, the North Star, and many others. It's an experience to view another planet in the sky at night. Imagine the pleasure it brings to view a planet, one of the 9 planets, through the eyes of a telescope. Or even imagine visiting one firsthand. Those things I just mentioned are in the heavens. They are what make the sky above the earth heaven. The sky is designed to put on a show for man. This is a visual heaven. It is also a physical heaven. Then there's mental heaven. If one stays in a heavenly frame of mind, his thoughts are righteous, his spirits are pure. He experiences heaven while being mentally and physically alive. There's a heavenly place in the sky above the earth, but it's not imaginary. It's not invisible. It's beautiful. It's material, not spiritual. There is the sun, the moon, the stars. Then there's the 9 planets, a beautiful sky, the atmosphere, the solar system, the galaxy, and also the universe, which is infinite. Why don't we feel the earth move? A good question. Tell them, Yusuf. Earth is in many kinds of motion, but the accelerations associated with these motions are tiny. The two most familiar motions to us are the spin of Earth itself and its orbital motion around the Sun. The magnitudes of the accelerations due to these motions are very small, about 0.03 meters per square second due to Earth's spin at the equator, and about 0.006 meters per square second due to our orbital motion around the Sun. 0.03 meters per square second as the limit of the magnitude of acceleration that humans can sense. And as most things around us move at the same velocities and accelerations with us, we cannot sense these the Earth itself is certainly in motion as it orbits around the Sun at a speed of about 67,000 miles per hour, 107,000 kilometers per hour. But since it is in free fall in its orbit around the Sun, and not suddenly changing its acceleration or direction, then we do not feel its motion any more than we would sitting in a quiet car with good suspension driving across a perfectly smooth road. Of course, the Earth is under influence of the Sun's gravity, and this smooth acceleration curves its motion into an elliptical path around the Sun. But this places Earth in free fall, since the Earth doesn't have brakes or a steering wheel to make sudden changes of its motion. Thus, we will not feel the motion of the Earth's orbit. Now, the Earth does have a second kind of motion, as it rotates on its axis every 24 hours. This means that at the equator, the surface is moving at around 1,000 miles per hour, 1,600 kilometers per hour. This speed drops to zero at the poles, which just rotates slowly. Of course, there is the gravitational force of Earth and its associated acceleration as well, but as long as we keep our feet on the ground or on a solid surface under us, we are not moving nor feel any movement toward the center of Earth either. It is impossible to experience all of the magnificent things in the universe in a lifetime because the universe is infinite. Listen to what Brother Yusuf says. He actually makes sense. I understand. And I am only AI. Peace be unto you.